Hi.
Hey, hi. One question I really wanted to ask was any major challenges you might have faced becoming a voice actor, and any advice you might have for any upcoming in the field that you might think faces similar challenges?
Any advice on becoming a voice actor? I couldn't hear you very well.
Right. Any challenges you faced yourself upcoming?
Oh, challenges I faced?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. There were so many challenges that I faced that's why I'm teaching now. It was really hard, honestly. I fell in love with voice acting, but I didn't realize how difficult the business actually is because I was doing it for fun. I didn't care. So for me, it didn't affect me as much as some people who, that's the only thing they ever want to do in their life. I just did it because it was kind of a fun thing to do. But the challenges for me, actually the worst part of it of all, I lived in LA and I had to travel to the studios for auditions. And sometimes I'd be in the car for 5 to 6 hours a day, and I'd be working for maybe an hour or two. And it was just grueling driving in that traffic, sitting in bumper to bumper traffic just to get from session to session. That was probably the worst of it for me. The other thing was, when I booked with my first agent, when I signed with my first agent, I brought her all these anime shows that I was already working on. I paid her, I didn't have to. And I just said, well, I'd like to branch out. I'd like to get into original animation and video games and stuff. And she said, oh, there's really nothing for you. And she wasn't sending me auditions. And I was thinking, did I make a mistake here? I thought that I was doing okay. I thought I kind of knew what I was doing. And she just said, yeah, I don't know what to do with you. So I sat on her shelf for like 3 years with this contract that I couldn't get out of. And finally, I went to another agency and I auditioned for them. And they said, oh, you've got something completely different. We've never heard this before. Yeah, we want to work with you. And they brought me into the booth and they taught me how to do commercials. My agency is called Arlene Thornton and Associates. And those guys nurtured my career. They actually really helped me to get out there and learn about other things. They sent me to classes. I took one class, but it was like a 6-week class with different directors. I learned how to do commercials. I learned how to do promo. I got better at video games. And they believed in me. I just needed somebody to believe in me. That was it. And to get me in front of casting directors. And finally, once they did, I still had that same sense of fun and play. I was able to keep that. And I think that's what sustained my career for all these years. But it was hard. It was really hard. And going to live auditions also is really difficult for me. I'm inherently shy. You wouldn't know it now, but they kept trying to get me to do on camera. I never wanted to do that. So many, many years ago, I went for this audition for the Mortal Kombat movie. And I was in final callbacks. I made it through 2 rounds of callbacks for the voice of Goro, which was ultimately played by Kevin Michael Richardson. Great choice for that. And I thought I did this great audition, and I was super dramatic and out of breath after I did it. It was stupid. I just sabotaged everything I had just done by being this big drama queen. And then I found out that Kevin got it, and I went, oh, okay, he's the right guy anyway. So it was good. And so I had to learn a lot of lessons along the way. And early on too, I was thinking, wow, I really want to be Batman. That's the voice I really want to do. And then I hear Kevin Conroy, and then I get to know Kevin Conroy, and it's like, no, you're my Batman. It's good. So these are the kinds of lessons that I had to learn the hard way through a lot of pain and anxiety and being broke for 2 decades. I just paid off my credit cards like 5 years ago from living on credit cards as a broke voice actor and trying to raise a family. And I'm so grateful for all of it that it gave me a sense of gratitude that I think was one of the most valuable lessons, but I don't necessarily want people to have to go through that much pain for their careers. So I found that moments like this became teaching moments at conventions when people are interested in getting into voice acting. I would try to share some of my experiences and some of the things that helped me get through it. And the people around me finally said, well, why don't you teach? And I said, I don't want to do that. It's hard. And it is hard, and it continues to be really difficult. But I love it, and I don't teach to make money. I have a full staff, and I try to pay them as well as I can, and we're teaching online, and I'm bringing in the best people in the world now. So I taught what I knew in the first 30 classes, and now we've had 52 other classes with some of the best voice actors and directors and engineers and demo producers and dialect experts, all the stuff that I didn't have access to when I was coming up in the business. you now have access to through these classes. So if you are interested in voice acting, go to our website at bloomvoxstudios.com, and there's a free master class there, which I would recommend anybody who's interested in voice acting watch that anyway. It's free, there's no obligation, but it'll kind of give you information that we didn't have about how the industry functions and how you can survive in the industry and actually still have a good time in it. But if you are interested in coming in, our next class is going to be on the 19th of September. We just had a class a couple nights ago, and truly they're some of the greatest voice actors in the world that we bring in. So pretty much you name anybody in your top bucket list of voice actors, we've had them or we're going to have them. So please check that out. And there's a lot of free resources there too. If you're not ready to join our classes, there's a ton of free resources there too. And we're having a sale right now too that just started. Is Gwen here? Yeah. Started on the 24th, ends on the 30th. And it's 40% off, is that what it is, for the classes? And we're gonna be raising our prices soon. We're building a whole new website and stuff. So if you wanna get in, now would be the time to do it, if you can. If not, there's sales at other times of the year, but we're trying to save people money. I really wanted to keep this affordable for people. That was the other barrier for me, is that when I was coming up, the classes were so expensive, thousands of dollars. And it was one person who was teaching those classes. So if I didn't vibe with that teacher, or I didn't learn what I needed to learn, I felt like this is all the money I have. I can't really spend it. And so we try to keep these classes really affordable and put you in front of the best people in the world where you can ask questions to them live. And so we have a live Q&A for each of our classes too. It's an amazing resource. So yeah, get a chance, check out bloomvoxstudios.com or come by my table and we'll tell you guys where you can see the free masterclass. At least do that. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's perfect, thanks.
Thank you.
What do we have up